Live from New York. It's Thursday night. Welcome into the Bench Clear podcast, where we cover the best rivalry in all of sports. Yeah, I am Justin Gutierrez, and I represent the side of the San Francisco Giants, who are dead.
Hell yeah. Love to see it. Love to see it.
Hell yeah,
I'm not
dude.
going to shit on your... I mean, I am going to shit on your season, but that's not why we're here. We're here because
why
the
we're here.
champs, who, everybody thought, we all thought they were going to win a division. We didn't think it was going to be this hard. We didn't think it was going to come down to the last week, but they got it done.
Okay.
And they're division champs. Now comes the hard part, the playoffs. And we'll get into that.
Will we?
Yeah, I mean, we got to celebrate a little bit, right? I mean, you have to celebrate a little bit.
I don't
Your
know.
season's
They
over.
look like they
Your
look
season's
like they didn't
over.
even
You don't have to
care.
worry anymore.
They look
It's
like
like a
they
huge
didn't even
relief.
care.
Well, I mean, 12 out of the last 13 years, and the only time they lost was to you guys because you guys had an amazing run, and they quickly corrected it by
And we are
bouncing you
cursed.
out of the playoffs. So,
And we are cursed. We are cursed forever. I thought Posey was gonna reverse the curse,
but
we
no.
got a curse. We're cursed. We suck. All the time. Beginning of the year, we were good. We were at a playoff spot for most of the. I guess I can't say most of the year because I think by the trade deadline, which is past half the year, but still. We had a playoff spot, and then we lost it. Then we got under 500, and now we might be 500 by the end of the year.
Perfectly mid. We need that.
Yeah, perfectly mid. Shit, man. I mean, there's so much that we can get into. The only thing that the Giants really have to look forward to is Willie Adames going to break the 30 home run curse? That's pretty much it. And he's had 28 home runs for like 2 weeks. So, yikes. Only one more. It is against the Rockies, so it's not in Coors Field, but still yikes. Don't know if it's going to happen. But the worst part, I think, with this team is you saw flashes that they can be good. This team should be way better than they are with Rafael Devers. You see the potential to be excited for 2026. I mean, at the end of the day, their bullpen killed them. Their bullpen, I mean, this last 2 weeks, this run has been, they've scored runs, but their bullpen has given up leads. I mean, it's everyone. It's Joey Lucchesi, Matt Gage. It's, Figueroa is starting to struggle. Randy Rodriguez goes down with Tommy John. And I get it. They weren't in a spot to add, and you had to sell. If they didn't end up selling, they might be in a playoff spot, but at the same time, they didn't show that they deserved Posey to buy anything. So, kind of is what it is. Like I said, you have hope for next year. This offense looks like it's going to be good, especially when Bryce Eldridge becomes that guy. I mean, I don't know. There's so many ways we can go with this. But at the end of the day, the Giants
The Dodgers are the champs. Dodgers are division champs. Dodgers own the West.
First of all, it
West
looked like
still goes through the
they
Dodgers.
just rolled out of bed and they're like, all right, whatever. This is supposed to be Kershaw's last year, his last postseason run, and you're acting like it's nothing. And which is crazy because you guys look the way your bullpen looks. Fuck, dude. You guys might be saying you might be playing 2 more games than us.
Right. So, I mean, there's teams fighting for their lives that are mid, right? You have the Mets, you have the Reds, like all these guys. It's funny because that's how it always turns out. Yeah, sure, any team can win at any given moment in the playoffs, but these guys are playing for their playoff lives. And then their reward is going to be, you get to face Shohei, Mookie, Freddie, and the list goes on.
Dude,
That's
Freddie
your reward.
Am I crazy Tell me if I'm crazy or not. Am I so disconnected? Did he just have a bad couple series that I'm just not paying attention? But is Freddie just having like the worst year of his career? Am I crazy right now?
I mean, he's been hurt. He was hurt a lot in the year.
Okay.
So was Mookie.
Okay.
They started to pick it up late. I don't think he's had the worst year, but
You don't think
not
this is
Freddie
worst year?
like, not Freddie like, of course. But I think he's still been pretty constant. Um, but yeah, I don't think any of those guys would be like, oh yeah, this is a typical year from them. Besides Shohei, who once again 50 bombs and pitching, which is amazing. So we get to see that in the playoffs, which would be really cool. But yeah, man, the bullpen has been horrific. There's no doubt about that. I don't think just turning the calendar over is going to make them better. It might, hopefully. I don't know. Maybe they just go on a run. We saw it last year when the bullpen gets going, they can carry you, and they carried us to a World Series. Without that bullpen, you weren't going to win anything with two starters. So I have hope for most of that bullpen, just not Tanner Scott. I feel like he's mentally defeated, and I don't know if maybe he comes up big in a spot in the playoffs, and that gets him going. But other than that, I still don't trust him. I still don't trust the whole bullpen. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But they got it done, man. They got it done. Even after that first game, which I mean, they could have swept the D-backs, and it just goes to show you, like, these guys are playing for their playoff lives, and they still came up short. So I mean, I know that we're like, they're gonna be one and done, but it's like these guys are definitely a tier above the teams that are trying to get in. So
Their offenses and their starting pitching is for sure, but at the end of the day, one shitty part of the game can ruin it for you, and especially a bullpen.
Definitely. But like,
and not only that, the Dodgers haven't been the Dodgers as far as scoring runs. I mean, this isn't.
I don't know, because Teoscar looks like he's getting back into the groove of things. Shohei's hitting home runs. Freddie's hitting home runs. Mookie's hitting everything thrown at him. So if you got those four guys hitting, it could be a long day for the other team. So I'm not too worried about the offense. Obviously, the bullpen is the main concern.
Right.
Yeah, so the lineup is not a concern. I know we're missing Will Smith, but I think they can survive the wild card series without Will Smith. But after that, I think you need him. You're going to face tough competition, so I think you need him. But even Pa has hit a home run, dude. He may not be great at running the bases, but doesn't need any IQ when you're hit a home run. So
that's actually the best baseball IQ. Just hit a home run every time.
It's jog, yeah.
Did anyone ever think of that, honestly?
But I do need you to formally apologize on the podcast, because we had a little segment weeks ago where we said, "Oh, is this a cute finish for the Giants? Is this a cute finish?" And you're like, "Whoa! Look at this. We're tied for the last playoff spot. Scott Braun, you better retract your words, because here come the Giants." And there went the Giants.
I'm not sure. I still stand by it, because here's the thing. We were still 3 games out. It was, it's a cute little finish.
And it was.
Because they into a playoff spot. They literally had a playoff spot. So I don't think you could say it's a cute little fit. You were there, but then you fucking choked. So,
I mean.
So no, I'm not. And here's the thing, Dave, I haven't told you this part yet. Oh man, the day after the walk-off against the Dodgers, Patrick Bailey walk-off, that night I stayed up late. I made this little video with Scott Braun's quotes, along with a lot of Giants highlights of how we're back, baby. And then we went. Boo. So is it my fault for making the video? It's very possible. Or maybe the bullpen. First of all, I apologize to absolutely no one.
Of course.
There's no way. I mean, Scott Braun is a hoe. All right. I don't care. First of all right, with his shirts 3 sizes too tight, wants to show his maybe I would too if I was,
If
cut
you
like
were
Scott,
Shaq,
but whatever.
you would shop at the Baby Gap too.
But also screw you too,
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's just depressing. You see it. You can see it. You see the vision. I feel like 2026 is going to be great, but I have a lot of what do you call it? Crow to eat or poop to eat, whatever you want to call it. I mean,
it came down to two stretches.
They were gassed,
right?
They were
Yeah,
gassed.
it came down to two stretches. It was right before the trade deadline where they had their worst stretch of baseball, and to finish off the year, man, they had it right in front. I think if they played even half as good in any of those stretches, I think you're in the dance, right? Like with how many teams are in there.
I think Ben Kaspic did the math. Well, it's pretty easy math, but if they would have not went 1-15 at home during that stretch and just went like, was it 7-9, they would be in a playoff spot. So I mean, it's just so it sucks because they did have some reinforcements, and and this means we didn't deserve it. By the way, I'm not trying to make this as an excuse, but what I'm saying is the depth that they had in AAA. One of the guys they traded for, Blake Tidwell, was dominating in a pitcher-friendly league. He gets hurt. Carson Whisenhunt gets hurt. We're starting guys. Carson Seymour, our depth bullpen guys ended up being our closing, 3 or 7th, 8th, 9th, 7th, 8th, and 9th inning guys. You don't set yourself up to win. I understand why they didn't, but it's really hard to go on a run like that when you are doing stuff like that. So, and then you can even see it with Robbie Ray. I mean, he just 2 years ago, he didn't pitch at all. And then he pitched 40 innings. I think it was the stat that came out last year. And now he pitched 181. He's gassed. It looks even like Logan Webb is gassed, which is kind of weird because he always pitches 200 innings, but he was also, a strikeout guy this year, which he never was. So I don't know if that puts a lot more wear and tear on someone's season to where he gets gassed sooner. Maybe that's what it is. He looks gassed. Justin Verlander looks great. He looks like prime Verlander right now, but they can't win his games. Carson Seymour, I mean, we could talk about him as much as you want, but then Kai Wei Tang, he looks great for 4 innings and then all of a sudden drops off a cliff. So, hey, maybe he could be a great bullpen piece, but I don't know, man. It sucks. We had it right there. We had it by the balls, by the cojones.
Listen, the moral of the story is don't have Ben Verlander.
I like that. You should
Ben Lander. Don't let him be in your corner. He came out with these tweets about you guys were so good, right?
Oh, wait, this way.
Hold on. I know where you're going with this. Hold on. He said how you guys were so good. The Giants are so good. And then he walked it back. And the minute he walked it back, you guys started playing well. The minute he walked that back, you guys went back to crap. Then he said that the Astros were inevitable, right? They're inevitable no matter what. Yeah. It doesn't matter that my brother's not there anymore. They're just inevitable. Well, they lost the freaking division, right? And now he's had to walk it back again. So, moral of the story, don't let him be on your corner. I think Shohei's greatness is so great that it kind of cancels that out.
Right.
So whenever he's slobbering all over Shohei and everything that he does, Shohei's so great that he can battle that curse, right? So I know that's where you were going with it, but that's the moral of the story here, man. And I do have another bone to pick, and I've been waiting for this. I watched
you're like pulling out a scroll. You're like this is like an acceptance speech at the Emmys. I'd also like to thank
because I saw all these tweets and all these talking heads from the Padres and
what's that meme where it's that guy? It's like I came to my greatest hater's funeral.
I came to make sure he was dead. Yeah,
that's me.
That's me.
Okay,
that's me too.
I respect it. I respect it. I
do the same thing. Anyways, this guy was talking about how the Dodgers are the lowest knowing fans. They don't know anything. Why would you even argue with them? Today he came out and said that we should be thankful that the Padres played bad because they gave us a division. And I'm over here thinking you had the easiest schedule, One of the easiest schedules. You played at home most of these games. You played the freaking White Sox. You played a bunch of crappy teams and you couldn't get it done.
At the end, right?
Fuck off. All right? If you have anyone to blame your team. All right? And now you're going into the playoffs, and I hope you win a couple of games, cuz I mean, the receipts will be there, right? So all I'm saying is the Dodgers did what they were supposed to do. And I'm not gonna brag too much about that because that's what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to win the division. They had a team.
If the Dodgers didn't win the division, it wouldn't be like get them next time.
If the Dodgers didn't win the division, it wasn't like, oh well, we got the better path, so we're happy about it. No, you were supposed to win the division. Whatever happens after that, let the chips land where they may. But
I mean,
don't come out here and act like you gave us the division, like we're
Miguel
lucky that we got
120 games this year. It ended up being 92.
I mean, you had your shot to dethrone the freaking dragon, as you like to say, and you pissed all over it. So don't act like all of a sudden you did us a favor by having a shitty ass month. So get all the way out of here with that nonsense.
Here's the thing, Cotton. Here's the thing, Cotton. The Giants are going to win the division before the Padres are going to win the division.
Well, there was somebody came out with a graphic of how many times in this century teams have won the division in the NL West, and it's the Dodgers by a mile, and then I believe it's the Giants, right? And then at the very bottom of the list with 0 is the Rockies, and right above them is the Padres with just 2. So I mean, these fans just came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden want to talk. And I'll just say another thing. I was told a long time ago that making the playoffs constantly and not winning wasn't good. It wasn't a model of success. It wasn't a successful season, because who cares about making the playoffs constantly and not winning? But all of a sudden, it's great that the Padres are in there every year and don't win shit. All of a sudden, that's successful, right? So everything they hate about us is what they become.
They beat the Dodgers once in 2022.
And en route to winning nothing, en route to keeping that case completely empty. So everything they hate about us, and what we used to say, like, hey, at least we made the playoffs, we're in there, we're trying, at least we get to see our team in the playoffs. Well, no, that's not successful. No, that's still choking. Who cares? Well, now all of a sudden, hey, in 6 years, we made it like 4 times or whatever it is. Now you're hanging your hat on that, but you didn't before. Before it was not success. So fuck off. And stop showing your hypocritical side, because you keep going back and forth and flip-flopping every year. When you buy players, bought, not built, right? So it's just funny to hear them just flip-flop, and we'll see what the next excuse is if they don't win it this year.
Yeah, you bring up the Padres, and we don't really have a format this time around. We're just kind of going at it. So I'm going to take what you said about the Padres and explain why it's so frustrating for the Giants 2025, because you're talking about how at the end they're playing the White Sox and they can win. The Giants went on a stretch where they got their asses swept by the Marlins and then lost a series against the White Sox at home. And then you also want to go on another run where at home you get your ass beat by the Nationals, get your ass beat by the Rays, and then you get swept by the effing Pirates. And I know what you think. Well, hey, there's Paul Skeens in there. You're guaranteed probably one loss. Didn't see Paul Skeens once this year, and still got swept. So, there's different that you could blame that, or you can also blame the fact that we got pecker slapped by the Padres this year, that we got demolished by the Dodgers this year, which is kind of crazy, because I saw another graphic that now this was before the last series. So obviously I think we're 2 games under 500 against the Dodgers now, like for the whole span of Dodgers Giants. That is very shocking, because I got to do the math and do the research. I'm sorry that I didn't do it before. I know this isn't very prepared, but
we're always prepared, man. What are you talking about?
Since 2021, the Giants have been getting their ass kicked by the Dodgers every single year. So there's always been even in 2017 when we were like a 100 loss team, we still play the Dodgers well. We were still around 500 against them. So like the Giants must have had such a far lead against you guys for you guys to just catch up after this last 3 years. Because I think over the last 3 years, if I'm trying to remember correctly, we maybe have won 3 series against you guys in that span. Because we didn't win any series this year. We did win a series last year. I want to say maybe one, maybe two of those other 2 years, 2023 and 2022, but 3 or 4 at the most. So it has not been fun over here. It's not been great. So those are 2 things you can't do if you want to get into a playoff spot, let alone win a division. So,
by the way, I don't know if we talked about this last time, but I am really glad that Logan Webb is is on social media a lot, even if he doesn't want to say it. He had an interview with Mookie, and he made it known that he sees all the memes. All the Breaking Bad memes.
Definitely seen at least one of your memes. I feel like
he's definitely seen the pitching bad one where I made his face.
Had to at least he's at least one time in his life has pitched a good game against the Dodgers and been like, "Fuck Dave, dude."
And I don't
know yours, Dave. What's it? Fuck that guy. He's had one good start and shoved it to you. It has to be.
He has to have seen the memes, and I love it. I love it. I love the fact that he hates them too. He wasn't like, "Oh yeah, those are funny." Like, no, he's like, "Yeah, those are usually Dodger fans doing that crap." And it's like, all right, yeah, it is us, yeah, dude.
Let it fuel your hate. I mean, while we're on the Giants subject, do we talk about Bryce Eldridge?
I mean, he had a good at bat versus us, right? One of them?
Yeah, he did. But I mean, gosh, that series was so bad. I go to as many games as I can when they come to when they go to Dodger Stadium or even Angel Stadium. And it's not fun. It's not fun because here's the thing, right? I bought tickets for Kershaw's last game a week before he announced his retirement. So I got 4 tickets. I think they were like maybe $130 each, something like that. If you would have looked the day before, because that's when he announced his retirement, those same tickets were like $400, right? So I could have resold them, made probably like, I don't know, $800, something like that. Not only did I not sell them and make $800, I still went to the game, watched the Dodgers beat the shit out of the Giants, and was surrounded by Dodger fans because that's all my family is, except, my dad didn't go with me. So
you kind of had the thing that happened to me when we bought the tickets to go watch the Lakers, and by just happenstance, it happened to be Luka's, debut. And you kind of got that out of, I mean, obviously you're a Giants fan. It doesn't mean as much to you, but I mean, to have those tickets, you could always say I went to his last game, however it ended, you were there. But yeah, man, I was like, I think I was at my son's practice. He's playing baseball, and every dad there had the game on, and so it was fun to watch it that way. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad you were there. I'm really glad you got to witness the Shohei home run and everything that came after that.
That was also the bad part too, because we were up, I think, through the 4th or 5th inning.
And I think it was, yeah. This is what happens with rivals, right? And I've seen it a lot. You guys win the first game, or you're up in the first inning, and you mouth off like the game's over, right? Like all the journalists, everybody. No, I'm just saying. I saw it, and it's like, oh, good for Ramos for shitting all over Kershaw. Good. Oh, look what happened. And then it was radio silence after that because you guys didn't do anything after that. So that was fun. I mean, at least you left with a win. Blake Trinan gave you a win at the end of that series.
Yeah, Blake Trinan tried to give us a couple wins.
Yes.
He tried. Him and Tanner Scott really tried to help us out, and we decided not to do it. But I'm sorry, Doom Sal. to answer your previous question, Bryce Eldridge is the man. Next up, Blake Tidwell. That guy is a monster. You're not going to see him this year, but next year, Giants rotation is going to be sick. Honestly, I hope Justin Verlander gets re-signed. There's that. But
so
they
you want more Ben Verlander? Okay,
I want more.
You want more Verlander?
Give me Ben Verlander. Yeah, because maybe the first year's is a curse. Second year, good things. But yeah, I mean, their rotation's supposed to be good. Most of their young guys that are exciting, at least that are on the brink of coming up in like next year. They do have some really exciting guys that they signed the international draft, but they're like 17 years old. So Johnny Level, Hesper Gonzalez, you're not going to see them for a very long time. But 5 years we're going to be dominant, baby. But I don't know. Rafael, this is what also bugs me about the Dodger series. Rafael Devers came up multiple times in big situations, bases loaded, game on the line, all that kind of stuff. And
he was just bad that whole series, man.
He was very bad. Yeah, he had one home run at the end, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah, but a lot of the swings and misses were like pitches right over the plate. Like, it wasn't like he was getting fooled. And the one home run that he actually hit was like on a pitch on the floor. Like, it was crazy. So, I mean, good for us because he looked awful. But yeah, I thought you would be the team to fend off at the end of the year because, like, yeah, they got Devers. They should, they got a star now that, it just didn't work out.
Two games out for the NL West. And then we trade for Rafael Devers. And then,
I mean, when you have names like Gage and Lucchesi being top arms, I mean, like, it's just, it's not going to work. It's not going to, what I mean? Like,
I'll be honest with you. They were good. I think their time just kind of came, and I think they were kind of overused and they were gassed because they're really trying to clean up innings because you have starts from Carson Seymour and Kai Tang, who even when they were going okay, they were only giving you like 4 innings. So I can't even be mad at them. Like Gage is still going to be a Giant next year. So that doesn't bug me at all. But what's it called? Thank you. What's it called? Lucchesi, he was good. I don't think it's a problem re-signing him. But I don't think that should be your 7th inning, 8th inning, 9th inning guy. Yep.
Agreed.
Figueroa though was huge, but that's a whole other story.
But yeah, I mean, a rough way for you guys to end the season. I love it. I knew we'd be here, and once again, this podcast has become Dodger Central for the next episode at least.
Yeah, I would say so.
They don't, hopefully they make it out of the World Series, which I have faith that they should. But if they don't, that's as far as it'll go. Anyways, yeah, it's all Dodgers from here on out. And we should give a special shout out to our man Yoshinobu Yamamoto, dude. What an ace, right? And I remember when he first came over. Huh? All these Yankee fans who were sour because he didn't pick him. He's a bust. Well, I mean, he shut them up in the World Series. He follows up that year with another great year, very ace-like.
Another one.
And this kid's what, like 25, 26 barely? So he's got a lot left in the tank. And I'm just very grateful that he's in our staff because that staff looks ridiculous. Putting the bullpen aside for a minute, I mean, you can put your hand in there in that rotation, pick a guy out, and you'd be okay with that guy starting the first game. I mean, even Emmett Sheehan, the way he's throwing the ball right now, the fact that he's been relegated to the bullpen because it's so stacked gives me a little hope that the bullpen won't be so bad because we have guys like that down there. And we have Aroldis Kershaw down there, right? So our savior down there.
Dude. I mean, how does he do in the bullpen in the playoffs? Kershaw.
He has not been. I mean, I think he has been used a couple times actually. He
Yeah,
was used
how those times go?
well against the Nationals the first time. I think it was 16. He was great. He closed out that game. You remember that?
Oh, in 16.
Yeah,
Okay.
16 versus the Nationals. That was good. Before we get to 19, I'm not sure if he was used out of the bullpen. Yeah, he was. He was used in 17, but kind of in a cleanup role, and he pitched phenomenally in Game 7. I mean, wish he had started that game. And then 19, he was not good. I mean, 19, he gave up 2 bombs, and so I don't think that's the first choice, especially now at his age now, that you want him coming out. But when you see the other options and how badly they've been, you're like, fuck it, let's roll with it. Let's see if he can give you something. He can give you a clean inning at least. So
Right.
that's how bad the bullpen is. That we're looking at Kershaw as like, hey man, can you help us at this age? After right before you go home and hang it up, can you come out of the bullpen and just give us something? That's how bad it is. But yeah, man, the rotation is great, and I think that's what we're gonna have to ride the whole postseason. If they can, hopefully one of them can give us a complete game. But yeah, Yoshinobu Yamamoto deserves all his flowers. He was amazing in a clinching game today too. But yeah, couldn't be prouder of that dude.
Yeah. I did just I figured someone should see the video, so I just texted it to you so you can see my love and excitement for what I thought was happening. But then it went up and didn't happen. So someone's got to see it,
I mean, maybe we'll post it next week or something. Like, who knows? They have to see. We should let them see it. We just tease it and we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, 201 strikeouts, first time since Bueller did it. Thanks to
sorry. I was gonna say, what is the Giants version of? We should just do that over the new one.
That's all I've been hearing every time Trinan has come out. Like, it just pains me that he's been so bad, And now everybody's turned against him, and I don't get it. I'm not going to say I get it because I don't get it, because the politics shouldn't dictate how you feel about the player or what he does on the field. That's for you to decide. I'm not going to argue with you. I don't agree with it, right? Regardless of, I like the guy. I like the pitcher. I like the guy. I think he, seems like a good person. I don't know. But I don't agree with his views. Doesn't mean I'm, not going to fan for the guy. So it is painful when I see him not be successful, and all of a sudden fans are like, well, it's politics and all, now get him off the team. And it's like, well, I mean, he was a hero last postseason. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, you turned a blind eye then, but now all of a sudden you're like, hey, actually that guy.
Actually, because of the thing on his hat, get him out of here.
Let's be honest. Let's be 100% honest here. If we rolled into Madison Bumgarner's garage, is there going to be some Confederate flags in the garage? Probably. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it.
I also think that guy hated everybody equally. He didn't care. He didn't care if you were brown or white. If you hit a home run off of him, he was going to let you know he hated it.
If there was a Confederate flag for people hitting home runs, yes, he would get that tattooed on his chest. Yeah, man. I mean, I think there's a couple things maybe we should kind of go over. There's some storylines in baseball. Obviously, one of the big ones is the ABS system's going to be implemented beginning of the year. You get 2 bad calls. So once you hit 2 challenges that don't get met, you're done. So how are you feeling about it?
I think it's great. I like it. I know everybody's talking about the whole human element of it, and there's been some really horrible calls all year, really a lot of missed calls. And I think if you use it efficiently, you should be able to keep using it the whole game. There is going to be teams that just for the hell of it are going to use it and then just waste it. So I still think like the Patrick Baileys of the world are
Right.
going to be fine. They're going to
Yeah.
be fine because it's 2 calls, and there's not going to be a team that bats 100. Like they're going to miss a call that they think was a strike or wasn't. So they're still going to be fine. There's still going to be a human element. I'd like to see it implemented. It is going to be implemented, and I want to see how it works at the big stage.
I
Hopefully,
I also think that you can even manipulate it to where the opposite of like framing things a ball to where they challenge it and you fake them out. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm trying. You're trying to Jedi mind trick it too much to where it's like just catch the ball and let the chips fly as it may. But maybe I don't know. Patrick Bailey's that good behind the plate. Maybe he does do something like that. I don't know. But
yeah,
I feel the same way. I'm
it's going to
for it.
be a learning curve because I'm sure there's going to be players on our team that were like, why are you using it here? It's clearly a strike, right? And then
How many times have you seen pitchers pissed off that they didn't get a pitch or a batter? Oh, that's not a strike, and you look and yeah, that's a strike dotted. You know what I mean? So it's not going to be like challenges where it's going to take forever, and then it's going to be, you know, shocking if it's turned the other way. I think there's going to be, challenges quick, and they're going to be like, "You're wrong, you're dumb, go sit down."
the only part I am, and I hope it's like I said, it's going to be a learning curve, and I hope they keep changing it as it goes. I don't want it to be like where it just barely nicks something, like it seems like it nicks it, and it's like, yeah, that's definitely a strike, because that's going to kind of ruin it for me. That's almost
Right,
like the rule of like where you're
but
at second
here's the
base and
thing,
you come off by a little bit and you're
right,
out. Like that's
right,
not what it was intended for.
right.
So
But here's also the thing too, though. On those pitches, it's not like it's obvious to where I think a player's really gonna use one of the potential missed calls, and to try to challenge it. I feel like if it barely nicks it, I don't think that they're going to use it on. Like if it was automatic balls and strikes, then you would have that problem because no one thinks it's a
yeah,
strike, and then it's like, wait, no, actually nicked it. That's a strike. I think no one's going to think it's a strike, and it's like, hey, it nicked it, but no one knows because you can't ask for help. It's not one of those things you could step out and ask for help. It's got to be right away, or you're not doing it.
I do like that. I do like the fact that it's like it has to be the pitcher, the catcher, or the batter. That's it. No, you can't look over and be like, "Hey, can no." So, but I do think they should do something to where it's like, "Hey, Freddie, you can use it as however you want. Shohei, whenever you want. Mookie, whenever." But like somebody like Pajes, somebody like you know, what I mean?
Someone
Like,
who knows the strike zone.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. Somebody else would be like, "Hey, come on, don't waste it. It better be there, or it better be way off for you to be like,
It
I'm gonna
better be,
challenge it."
yeah, so egregious
Yeah,
that you got to do it.
yeah,
Right, right, right.
exactly. But moving on from that, what do you think about the AL MVP conversation?
I
Because
think it's
I see
Cal
a
Raleigh
lot of
because here's Cal Raleigh, Cal Raleigh, Cal Raleigh,
right.
Cal Raleigh, and you want to know why?
I'd love
And
to
this
hear
is
one.
going to be kind of really embarrassing in a way because on Aaron Judge's MVP season where he beat out Shohei deserved that MVP easily. I mean, the numbers were kind of similar on on the hitting end, but Shohei, just the pitching and the dominant pitching at that was so much more valuable. Like it shits all over Aaron Judge's offense. Like, I mean, defense. Like, who cares? What are we talking about here? But it was like, hey, he broke the record. This is really we really telling the story of the season because it was all on Judge watch. And that's when I was like, I get it. Yeah, just give it to him. That makes sense. Shohei's gonna win probably 3 more MVPs. Who cares? If he doesn't get this one.
Yeah.
So I feel like it should be the same way around. This is a switch hitting catcher. The wear and tear that you get from that position. If you want to miss me with the whole, well, that's what war's for. If you're going to even think playing center field and then you have a defensive replacement where you get moved to right field is the same as catching almost every day.
Well, that was
Just
that
go
was
somewhere.
the
Go
that was
somewhere.
always that was always the excuse versus Shohei, right? Like, well, he doesn't play defense, so that alone discredits
Well, the
everything.
DH, the DH one, yes.
Yeah. And like you can't say that here with Aaron Judge and Cal Raleigh. because playing the catcher position, looking at Will Smith, I've been a huge Will Smith defender from the very beginning, and even against
You're
Dodger fans
delusional.
because they're like, well, he just disappears in the second half, and I'm like, if you look closely, because we watch the game and we just
Right.
see things and just forget about it. This guy gets hit on almost every at bat. There's a
Dude, you're
ball that
in the
hits him, and
crouch. You're
you're
in
in
the
the
crouch
crouch
all day.
exactly, and then you're expected to come up here and contribute offensively. And it used to be something like, well, whatever you get from the catcher is just a cherry on top. But these guys are the exception to the rule. These guys are batting fourth. These guys are guys you depend on to help you bring in runs, to set up runs, to bring in whatever it is. And that's not an easy job to do. Like that's the hardest job in baseball, I would say. Being behind the plate, managing a staff, and then going out there and delivering offensively. So yeah, man, it's rallied by a mile for me. And I know
Yeah.
all these fans. I've seen tweets of like fans being like, "Well, he's facing the Rockies. If he gets to the record, look who he's facing." Like, who the hell
You
cares?
face them
Well,
the
that's
same
another.
amount. The
Yeah,
the, the
that's
Yankees
another
gonna face
major.
him too.
Yeah, like that's another major league team. Who the hell cares? Like if he does it, he does it. It's just a bunch of salty Yankees fans, and I'm not discrediting Aaron Judge because he's maybe perhaps the best pure hitter we've seen in a very long time. He's really amazing when he's healthy, and even when he got the arm injury as he is now, he's still amazing. So, but I mean, you can't just say like you discredit Cal because of the guys he's facing or whatever. He's a catcher. It's just unheard of.
Right. Yeah, and this is exactly a great sentiment and way to think of it. Most valuable player is also not just I have 5 more home runs than you. Oh, I have 1 more RBI than you. I have, numbers are number. It is value and things that exactly can't be measured. The same way you would think about Shohei and Aaron Judge in that same year. Like a starting pitcher, he was an all-star starting pitcher and an all-star hitting, like an all-star DH, right? Aaron Judge was an all-star hitter. No one goes to the all-star game because your defense is stellar. Kevin Kiermaier wasn't going to the all-star game. You know what I mean? Like your defense is not as valuable as a starting pitch, a dominant starting pitcher. Like, dude, get out of
And
here. Same thing.
I agree with the comment here. Like
Yeah.
the Yankees lost Judge, and everybody said they were done. They're tied for first place. If I'm memory serves, I think they're tied for first right now. If the Mariners lost Cal, I don't think they win the division. I know the Astros are playing horrible, but like to substitute somebody that has to manage a staff. Look at the Dodgers. We lost Will Smith, and with rushing, it wasn't the same. And so they went to thank God that we had Ben Rorvet, because it's night and day of how they manage the staffs. One's a rookie. He's still getting acquainted with the league and everything. I get that. And Rorvet, a veteran, the staff has been amazing under his watch. So, I mean, obviously it's not all on him. We have great starters, but still, like you lose Cal and you bring in a backup, I don't think it's the same. So, yeah, I think it should be Cal, hands down, easily. And if you're not a Yankees fan, I think for the most part, you agree. Everybody agrees unless you're a Yankees fan.
100%. So, yeah, I was just looking at the I'm sorry if I looked really confused. I just looked at the standings right now because they are tied for the NL East.
AL East, yep.
AL East. Sorry, what did I say? NL East, yeah. AL East. That sounded weird. I was like, am I speaking the right language right now? Yeah, the AL East. They are tied with the Blue Jays. But if you look at the wild card standings, it's showing that there's 4 wild card spots, because Houston, it's saying that Houston, there's like a dash, like there's no games behind, even though Detroit is +1, Boston. So I'm royally confused. Sorry. But yes. Yeah. And so yeah, I think we're in agreement. Cal Raleigh times
and on the other side, we know who the MVP is, right? You agree on the NL side?
Kyle Schwarber?
I mean, I think it's funny that in the beginning of the year, we had a lot of people say, again, I'm going to go back, but it was, Tatis is going to challenge him this year for the MVP. Oh, it's this year, right? Then
Can't
Machado
be
because
a DH.
yeah, and then Machado because he started, he had a good run, and then he whatever.
Oh.
Then it was who was the next one? Because there was a couple before we got to Schwarber. I forgot who the next guy was. PCA maybe because he had a really hot
Yeah,
start.
he had a
right?
really hot start, right?
Really hot start, and then he cooled off, and then I forgot who else it was. I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. Shohei, as long as Shohei breathes, he's gonna be the number one guy to beat. And now that he's pitching, he just has it on lock. So that's not even a discussion. I know that everybody likes to play pretend and like, yeah, maybe this guy will win it, this guy, this other guy. It's Shohei, and then everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm sorry, but if Shohei is pitching at a starter level, I mean, I mean, I don't know how bad he has to be as a starter for him to not be unanimous MVP. I'm sorry, but like Schwarber's DHing. Yeah, he has, was it 56 homers? But Shohei has how many? 52?
Yeah, I think he's like 3 or 2 behind now.
Yeah, like what are we talking about? Who cares?
And
like I
think people forgot how dominant he could be pitching wise. Like
no, we get reminded
all
the time. Let's
no.
stop
I'm not
this.
saying
This is where you guys take it out of control. This is where you guys make the narrative so much crazier. Where it's hold on. Yeah, you're right. Otani's the man. Yeah, I don't think anyone appreciates him. That's all we ever hear. That's all we ever talk about. What do you mean?
Everybody's like, well, yeah, he just pitches. But there's moments in this rehab that he's gone where it's
just pitches.
Well, I've seen it. I've seen people say like, oh, we just, whatever. Like he's a middle of the pack pitcher and he's not. And like there's stretches where this guy's just dominant in his outings, right? And he's not even fully ramped up, which we won't even see that until maybe next year.
Right. I hate to say, I mean, yeah, he rehabbed at the major league level. That's crazy.
It's freaking unheard of.
Well, yeah. Well, it's also because he had to, but he was also good.
But the fact that he was, helping at the same time, wasn't like he was a detriment to the team.
The question for me, I mean, like I get an MVP vote, but in my world where I get an MVP vote, the question to me would be how bad of a starter can Shohei be and still be the MVP favorite? Like if he's just if his ERA balloons up to like 4, but he's still giving you like 170 innings, that's extreme. That's really valuable. It's not dominant, but I mean, nowadays that still gets you $20 million a year, and if he's, and especially if he's still hitting, I mean, there has to be a point where it tips the scales where he's not hitting as well, or he's just the level of pitcher goes down so much to where, where it changes the narrative, but it ain't this year and it probably won't be next year. So,
and it's just like, we should just respect greatness, man. I know everybody hates the Dodgers. I understand that.
Oh God, don't start.
No. Let me finish. Let me finish before. Nice.
You say one thing nice to these guys.
You say one thing nice to soapbox.
All of a sudden,
stand on my damn soapbox for a minute.
Dodgers. All we hear about is the Dodgers. But that's all we hear about.
That's the and I've seen tweets and stuff where it's like, oh man, it's all Shohei all the time. It's like one day Shohei won't be here, right? Let him carry what he can carry for now. Like, why do people get so upset that he's always on display? Like he isn't
I'm sick of seeing him.
Like he isn't the best player in the world.
Listen to me.
And he's been for a long time.
What is the best fast food hamburger ever?
I don't know. In-N-Out?
Has to be In-N-Out. Fast food. Yeah. Okay. It's In-N-Out. So back in the day, I used to go to hardcore shows, right? The only thing open after shows was Denny's and In-N-Out. I had In-N-Out so much that even the smell of In-N-Out wanted to make me throw up for a while.
I don't care about voters' fatigue. I really don't care about voters' fatigue or any of that.
It's not voters' fatigue. I just said he's MVP until he's probably a bad starter. I'm just saying, when you say things like, oh gosh, why are you annoyed that you see him all the time? Because I'm getting sick of it. All right, I want something else.
But it's gonna change. The moment he retires, you're gonna be like, oh, everybody who hates on him would be like,
I'm gonna throw a freaking party when he retires. You're talking to the wrong guy.
If Shohei was on any of your guys' team,
thank you. And not any of my teams. Any other team.
Exactly. I'm talking about whoever's watching.
Maybe not the Padres or maybe in the Diamondbacks, depending if the other one's knocking me out.
No, but if it's what? I think it's bullshit because I can respect when Tatis is good. You know what I'm saying? Like when he was at the height of his power, as annoying as I found him, I was like, the guy's exciting. The guy is like, he's exciting, and he.
I'm not saying he ain't exciting. I just don't want to see whatever it is. Seconds.
Of course, but like at least you can respect it. I'm not gonna be like, this guy's shit. I don't want to see it anymore. Like,
how am I not? I just said he's the MVP for the next 5 years. That's respect. This is wild.
My point is,
fix your champion's hat, Dave. Fix your champion's hat.
How many more years? I think it's like 8 more years, 10 years, right?
So he's not going to be elite for all those years. I mean,
he will be elite.
You think he's going to be 38? Still throwing 99,
dude. This guy's a unicorn. I have learned not to doubt Shohei.
I swear, if this dude is 38 throwing 99, I quit. I'm so done. I'm not,
and that's fine. And that's
I'm gonna start watching cricket. Like I can't even. I don't know. I'd be done.
The medicine will be so advanced that this guy will have built a bionic arm by then. I don't know.
with his high level income. And advances of modern science. Not crazy that you can't live to 200, maybe 300. That's
and
true.
Then the fact that he already has a kid. Yeah. So when he retires,
and the fact
that kid
the fact that we know that Tylenol is actually the worst thing to happen to mankind now. I mean, this is insane.
Dude, I just took Tylenol a couple hours ago, so this might be my last.
That's probably the last podcast. Yeah.
So I'm just going.
Okay. Yeah. All right, let's get the submissions in for Dave's replacement because he's out. He's gone. This is RIP to the 2025 Giants and Doyer's Dave. Someone else has got to make the memes for Dodgers.
I did not see the Tylenol news until it was way too late.
You need to start submitting who's going to be the leader of Dodgers Twitter of memes, because Dave is about to be dethroned. Yes.
What took him down? Tylenol.
Yes, got a headache. Headaches.
It wasn't the Giants. It wasn't the Padres fans. It wasn't. It was Tylenol.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Man, I feel like we missed so much. I know we took almost like a month off. Some crazy things happened family wise, and we ended up not doing last week because I knew I only had a couple of chances to go to baseball games. I just had to go Thursday and Friday. It just didn't end up working out, but we're still going to be here. Sometimes we might miss, because we got families and stuff, but other than that, we're always here.
And I don't know what I was thinking when I decided to put both my kids in sports. The youngest one is in soccer.
Pick your favorite, dude, and just
the youngest one's in soccer. The older one is in baseball, and it's like practice, game, practice. And it's like, oh man, I can't do it today. I got to go sit down and watch this kid whiff. And then,
oh, good thing. Hopefully your kid doesn't watch the podcast. So
no, he's definitely watching right now. If you're watching,
he better be, or else he's grounded. I'll tell you that right now. We got to get these views up.
To be fair, I did buy him a bat that was like, it shouldn't matter, but this bat was like super heavy, and he's like, no, I got this. And I'm like, dude, man. You don't. I need to buy you a different one. Like, we got to practice.
Yeah, lift some weights, kid.
Yeah, man. You got to. Actually, he's been doing that, a little bit of that. So,
I remember, dude. My dad used to make comments. My dad used to make some comments that would probably get me picked up by CPS back in the day. If he would have buy me a new bat and I didn't it wasn't dangerous. I'm also not but he would make some jokes. Bought a new bat for nothing. You should have brought a broomstick up there. Who cares?
And I'm only joking, and I'm really lying here because when we went to the first game, I was more nervous than watching the Dodgers in the playoffs. Like, I was like, man, dude, when he goes up to bat, how is he feeling? Like, when he's out there trying to catch a ball, like, oh my God, I'm so nervous for him. And he's been amazing. He's taken it all, in stride. All of it, he's taken into stride, whether it's striking out and then be like, it's all right, I got the next one, whether it's missing a ball or catching a ball. Like he's taking it on stride. And, I love that. I love that he's not shying away from the moments and all that.
You got to figure out what baseball dad you're going to be, Dave. Are you going to be the guy who's drunk and yells at your son? Are you going to
definitely not
the guy
I don't drink, so drunk? I can't be that.
Well, you got to pick up a habit. This is ridiculous.
I'm the dad that's gonna be cheering on everybody except for the ones that I'm like, I don't like you. Like I already
power dad. Hey, let's just prove that everybody has fun, guys.
No. We're not participating in trophies either because our soccer coach was like, when we first met him, we were like, he's like, well, we did good last year, guys. We win some, we lose some. Somebody has to lose, and I was like, I already hate this guy. Yeah. Like, what do you mean we lose some?
You're right. Somebody has to lose, and it ain't gonna be me. That's what the quote should have been followed by.
This is how quickly my like demeanor changed. We were at the game for the soccer game, and the first couple minutes we scored, and then they scored. We were tied, whatever. And then as soon as I heard the other side of the crowd cheering for the team, I was like, oh, fuck this. And I was just coaching, the kids that I never even listened to me.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, hey, back here, like, whatever. And I was just coaching it up and yelling, and it's fun.
So, no, you need to be the dad who either gets drunk and yells at the umpire / referee, because it's soccer and baseball, or the dad who gets drunk and tries to fight the other parents. So we gotta get you UFC training.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be fighting the other parents, but I should run up to the field and at least the soccer if my kid gets hurt. And I'm going to go push some other kids around.
You're going to kicking and screaming it. You're going to yell at a cone.
Thank you.
I'm going to be losers. Arrow, dude. Loser.
I'm going to come in with the jumpsuit and everything. And
hell yeah.
It's going to be great. But yeah, that's why we haven't done the podcast. You can blame me. I've been at practices. I've been watching games. And it's been fun. It's been fun. I love every minute of it. But I also do miss Jesse and making fun of him. And seeing his pain, I
knew people were. I feel like we didn't get the comment, but I felt like we were always coming back when the Giants are doing better. So it looked a little bit like the Giants are doing bad. I don't want a podcast. I'm not going to do it. All right, I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. All right, I could be that guy because that means we would only podcast maybe 3 times a year. That's the worst part about the Giants 2025. They gave me hope. And then, boo, then I already came to terms that we sucked. I came to terms with it. I was okay. And it was like, let's just pay attention to 2026. And then they got me. They got me. We were in a playoff spot. And then they said, psych. Whole other story. Bryce Eldridge, baby, 2026.
There's always next year for you. And I'm sure we'll be here if the Dodgers get bounced. We will be here. If
somebody's got to lose.
It's not like, we're not avoiding it if they lose. We're going to be here and you guys can talk your crap and
we'll see.
Yeah. But for now, we get to gloat. We're in the playoffs. We're in the dance. We wish we had a bye, but screw it. We're in the dance. Let's see how it shakes out.
Yeah, you're going to play 2 more games than us. Your bullpen's so bad. That's my only...
That would be horrible, dude, that our bullpen gives up 2, but that would mean that Kershaw...
Not only that, you paid a pretty penny for you. It's not even like you could be like, hey, these guys, damn. Trident, Scott, Yates.
The only one they really paid for that's still going to stick around is Scott.
Well, I'm just saying they spent money even on...
Trident is a 1-year deal.
Trident was 2, wasn't it?
Maybe I don't know if it's a club option. I'm not sure.
Still, what I'm saying is you paid for it, and then this year, it'd be amazing. Maybe we'll get John back on. We're gonna be back. Hopefully, maybe we can be back before the wild card series. Have somebody on to talk about your the upcoming matchup. Maybe on
we might have to talk to John if it's the Mets again. If not, we'll have to find a Cincinnati Red fan somewhere.
They're around here somewhere. We'll figure it out. But until then, thank you guys so much for hanging
joining
out
us again.
Yes, there's
very seldom on, and the fact that you see our messages or whatever it is that we're on, and you hop on means a lot to us. So thank you.
Yes. We have most of you guys are over here on on X, but we have almost 300 people here. If you guys could just do us a favor before we get out of here, go to YouTube, make sure to hit subscribe. To like the video. I'm a sad boy. The Giants only have 3 games left. Is Willy Adames going to hit 30? I hope so. Keep me happy. But you know what even keep me happier? You guys subscribe and make us happy. So, and then we'll be back hanging out with you to talk about the Dodgers and how sad you are that you spent a bunch of money on a bullpen that blew up your season. So
maybe we'll be back on Monday, right?
Yeah. So Monday. Listening, and until next week, Dave.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Next week.